Howdy traders, and welcome back with another video from the FX Big Dog here about the Forex Weekly Outlook. If I have not said this already, if you have not been in any of my sessions, I'm going to go ahead and say Happy New Year and a prosperous 2020. Traders, we're looking for great opportunities this year. Everything that we learned from last year's trading, we're going to be implementing in this year's trading, and I'm looking forward to it. Let's see, another thing is, very importantly, we have to make sure that we are always focused on the larger time frame, determining the tops and bottoms of the larger time frames or channels that are bullish or bearish, because if the market's going to confirm a directional bias, we'll see it on the larger time frames. The smaller time frames may go ahead and determine what the turning points are going to be on the larger time frames. So both time frames are equally important. It's just the process that we go through when looking for technical setups. Now, let's go ahead and get started. Before we do, let's go through the disclaimer. See you in a bit. All right, traders, well, welcome back for 2020's trading. Hopefully you're all excited about trading this year and you've properly prepared and got yourself ready. You've checked out what happened last year, gone ahead and pulled all the data together and made a decision as to what trading strategy is good for you this year and what adjustments you need to make in order for your trading to be great for 2020. Hey, traders, let's go jump into the market right now and take a look at the market's setup. What's setting up, what's not. And also remember, there's also that issue around Iran. We had the airstrikes here in the US had airstrikes, killing one of the generals. And I'm pretty okay the way the markets have been moving so far since that. We've seen some upside and downside movements, but yet we haven't seen some huge breakouts in any direction. So it's not really affecting us big time at the moment right now. I know a lot of traders say that a lot of traders are saying war is on the brink. And we need to start thinking about jumping into Swiss franc, JPY, silver, gold. People are starting to scatter around, but it's just rumors. Things aren't quite moving that direction yet. All right, not time to go ahead and panic now. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what's going on with the technicals and how we can connect the dots. All right. So before we go into the technicals, let's take a quick look at the fundamentals out this week. You can see we've got ISM numbers, which is the non-manufacturing PMI out of the US. That's on Tuesday. Nothing out on Monday. So quite a quiet Monday for us right now. There's the ISM numbers. What we need to look out for is the ADP numbers. That ADP number is a lead indicator, what we can expect out in the non-farm payrolls, which is coming out on Friday. Here it is right here. All right. So we're looking at non-farm payrolls on Friday. And normally the week is pretty quiet until we get to the Friday. But we can see that we're looking at the average earnings ticking up a little bit to 0.3%. That's going to be good for the US. Now we're looking at the employment change. That's dropped to 150 from the 266 from previous. So that's a little bit of a down move right here. That might be a little negative on the dollar. And then, of course, the unemployment change, no change to that. So that's not going to really affect the markets at all. Then also on Friday, we have the Canadian employment change and unemployment rate. So certainly we can see some movement coming out of there, especially with the number being a little bit positive from previous month. Looking at 31K compared to negative 71K last month. So that's definitely going to be an improvement. And of course, the unemployment rate, if you take a look at the unemployment rate, we are dropping down to 5.8% from the 5.9%. So that's certainly, Canadians are looking for some good news coming out on Friday. US, maybe a little iffy. We'll have to take a look at the technicals and see how that lines up. All right, good. Now, moving on to the technicals. Let's jump into the dollar index first. Dollar does seem to be falling. All right, we've seen some movement down right here from the top right here. So this was the selling point. We can see we've had some great movement. We're expecting price to move back down to the bottom of the channel right here. We're getting a bit of support coming off there, which the market had bounced back up again. And now we have a little bit of reversal before we have a little bit of resistance right here. But we should be looking to sell on dollar pretty much. Dollar is on a sell-off. We spoke about that a while. And we're still going to confirm that dollar is bearish. Now, US oil. Let's take a look at US oil. US oil broke through the top side right here, broke through the channel on the top side. And also, if I go ahead and compress this up a little bit right here, we do have that sideways range. There it is there. We have that sideways range. That price has gone ahead, and I believe we've got a channel here. Yeah, we got a channel coming off the bottom right here. But what's happening right now is, traders, is this short-term channel has gone ahead and traded, broken up to the upside right here. But more importantly, we have this consolidation that is holding over here, and oil has broken through the top side of that consolidation. Now, most traders would see this as being strong bullish because of the breakout. Well, we're going to have to wait until we see the retest. What does that mean? That means, traders, that price is going to come back to retest. Oh, I need to clear up this over here. It's going to come back. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit closer up right here. Price is going to come back and retest the breakout. So this is the breakout right here. Check out, broke out here. We have a little bit of a retest there. But we're going to get the market coming back and retesting this level, which means it's going to come back into the channel. And if it comes back into the channel, we're also going to see the market come back below this consolidation. We'll see if it holds up here. If we hold up here at the bottom of the channel, we'll be looking for oil to go ahead and push up even further up. Now, that's what we currently have right now. So at the moment right now, probably going to see a little bit of recovery in US oil. So dollars falling, US oil probably looking for a bit of a recovery, and then we'll determine what the market's going to do once it gets back up to the support level of the previous range that it broke out of. And then we'll make a decision on that. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual technicals, moving all the way up to the top. And we're going to go to the Canadian crosses. Let's take a look at the Canadian cross right here. So we've got Aussie CAD right here. Aussie CAD looks like it's still range bound. And we are coming to a bit of support right here. So if we are coming to support, and there is still a bit of room for the market to drop back down a little bit, so we're not quite looking to go bullish yet on Aussie CAD. We still see a little bit of a move to the downside still. And if it breaks through that support, we'll get down to this level right here. So that's still quite a bit of ways. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We've got about 37 pips before that support, and then we've got another 164 pips, 165 pips before the next support level right here. And if we are going to come into a retracement move, it would be probably 50% of the previous move, which will be about, let's give it about 70 pips. So we could see a 70 pip recovery, which is not a whole bunch, if it's going to recover a little bit before coming back down to that support. So I would say that we are currently midway between a retracement and, of course, a dip. Now, how we can determine what the market's expecting, we can go down to the lower time frame, and I'm going to pull up this one right here with my Fichardt candles, and you can see this is the 4 hour. Actually, it's not giving me a lot of room here. Let's take a look at the 1 hour, and the 1 hour tells me here that, let's see here, we've got try to recover a little bit right here. And so if price, okay, so we can see right here we actually got a weekly pivot point that the market's missed out on this week. So the market's going to come and try move back up to that level. We've already seen price moving to an oversold condition right here on the RSI. So this support right here could determine a little bit of an upside move on Aussie CAD. So we could see that upside move taking place this week. And if it's going to take place, let's take a look and see what type of movement we're looking at. Well, there's that 70 pip move that we're expecting right about here. So yeah, we could get about a 70, anything between a 50 to 70 pip retracement move before price moves back down south. What is the turning point? I believe that we may see a resistance coming around about 90.60. So 90.60 is right about here. We'll see price moving back up to here before it continues to move to the downside. And then it's going to go back down to the bottom of the channel of that daily time frame. So let's go back to the daily. Here is the daily. So we're looking for price to come back down to retest this level right here. Then if it breaks through there, we'll get down to this. But we're going to get a little push, drop, and then if it breaks through, we're going to get it back down to this level right here. So that's Aussie CAD. Let's go ahead and take a look at Aussie JPY. Aussie JPY, and let me kill that. Aussie JPY has just hit the backside of the trend. In fact, traders, I'd be thinking bullish at the moment right now. I know I see this this bit of consolidation right here, but with us hitting support over here on this upper trend line, we're expecting price to go back up to the top right here. This is where I'm expecting the market really to sell off. Now, normally the market moves in a 5-wave touch. I'm going to take a look over here and say 1, 2, 3, 4. And this seems like it's 5 right here. So we should be anticipating a breakout right about here. Man, this is going to be touch and go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be buying on the Aussie JPY for right now, looking for price to go back up to this level right here. And at that point, then I may be a seller on Aussie JPY if it doesn't break through that the downward trend line. So if we don't break below above that, sorry, if we don't break above that, then I'll be expecting price to go ahead and continue its move down south. But for right now, I'm going to be looking to buying on Aussie JPY this week, starting to buy Aussie JPY. I'm going to move to Aussie. Aussie New Zealand dollar. Aussie New Zealand dollar is actually remaining inside this larger consolidation right here. There it is. There, we're in this large consolidation. There's a lot of buying at the bottom right here. All right, I believe there's a lot of buying down here. And we're going to go ahead and look for price to move back up to here. So this is a good move for traders that want to take advantage of this move. We're looking at around about 900 pip opportunity going long. So definitely a lot of support coming off right here. Looking for price to move back up again. I would think that there would be buying in the market right now on Aussie New Zealand dollar. Now, if you're going to be buying on Aussie New Zealand dollar, stop losses down here to protect your position. If we break below that, obviously, game over. We're not going to be looking to buy anymore, but we're certainly be looking, as we stay above the support right here, look to go ahead and buy long. So if you get any opportunities, now listen, I want to go ahead and make sure that I'm clear on this. When I say look for buying opportunity, it doesn't mean just go ahead and buy right now. Now, you could do that by placing a stop loss way below that support level. That's fine. But what you probably want to go ahead and do is use some sort of system that is a trend-based system and look to go ahead and deploy the system maybe on a gearing up approach, which means use the larger time frame, like a 4-hour time frame, and then go ahead and look for that system to look for buying opportunity. Now, let me give you a good example of what that means. All right, it looks something like this. If I had to go ahead and use one of the systems that I use, which is called the End Zone Trader system, and it's based on the Ichimoku cloud, and I go to the 4-hour time frame, check this out. I'd be looking at already, and I've already got a buy going on right here. This is the buy right here. I'll be looking to buy above the Ichimoku cloud and placing my stop loss, making sure the stop loss is well below that support level. And if you can see right here, I already got a trade in. Stop losses are down here. All right, this is where the stop's at right here, and we're looking for a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. So stop is well down here. This is the entry point right here at around about 1.0427. Stop loss is down here at 1.0222, and we're going to hold on to this sucker until it moves up north. Now, if we get stopped out, we'll still be a buyer as long as we stay above that support level. But again, traders, remember, we are going to keep our stop losses below the support level so that we don't get popped too many times before the market takes off. We want to make sure we keep that secure and ready to rock and roll. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. This is my daily right here. We're about to compress all this up right here so you can see where my stop loss, there we go. So there's that support right here. You can see the stop loss is there, just slightly below that support. There's the buy over there at 1.0427, and we look for price to move up here to 1.10, which is our 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. And once we hit that, we'll continue to buy as the market goes back up again. So that's where we're at with the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Let's go with the Aussie US dollar. All right, Aussie US dollar. I want to go ahead and take a look at the daily setups. All right, so here we are right here. Let me see if I can pull. Oh, not that. That's not what I want to do. I want to go ahead and pull this. Oh, there we go. Push that up there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this and just pull that down here. All right, so we have at the moment right here, we have the market in a bullish upward channel. If you take a look over here, we see that price is slightly broken through that wedge. Let me see if I've got another channel going here. Do we have a channel here? Let me see if I can press this chart a little bit more. Bring it a little bit further down. Yeah, that's about it. I can take that trend line out here as well. Let's just kill that. Alright, so that I'm going to keep it there. Alright, so that's the consolidation I'm having right here. Now, alright, so when you're looking at this right here and trying to determine a trading opportunity, the most important thing that you have to identify right here is that we did come off this resistance. Now, I understand traders that some traders don't want to trade against the trend. And if you're actually looking at this channel as the upward trend right now, then we're actually bullish. And so they would want to wait for the market to drop back down support right here and look to buy long. Now, the only thing that I look at when I look at these type of setups right here is how wide is the channel. And the channel is approximately 156 pips. So it's not a very wide channel. So this means that if it's not a wide channel, and if you want to sell over here at the top here as the market came back to resistance, you may want to go ahead and scale down. You may want to go ahead and gear down to a much lower time frame so that you can go ahead and find the opportunities. Now, which means that if the market hits the top there, and I'm not that convinced that we've actually hit the top of the channel yet, but if the market hits the top of the channel, you want to go ahead and look to sell on a 1 hour at most, but 15-minute time frame will probably be giving you a much better entry point. And you'll be looking at something like this. So here's a 1 hour time frame, and you can see our price is turned around and hit south. We're now bearish on the 1 hour, but if I go ahead and break this down to a 15-minute time frame, you'll see that we actually right here at the top, we got a much earlier entry point right here, and this offered us an opportunity to capture from the break right here down to the bottom. That was about 70 pips. So when you got a 156 pip range, then you absolutely want to go ahead and start thinking about looking at the lower time frame and look for opportunities, buying and selling opportunities of a lower time frame. Now you have to really go ahead and gear it down, because if you don't, you're going to go ahead and get yourself caught up on a 1 hour time frame, and the entry point is going to be midway of that channel. So you're going to get an entry point that's going to say, all right, go ahead and sell, but that's like midway inside the channel that gives you very little profit to the downside. And we don't want that. We want to make sure we get right at the top. Remember, anytime you see a channel, tops and bottoms of a channel, and you want to get in, you have to get in right at the top or right at the bottom. And if you're using systems or indicators and all that good stuff that are sometimes lagging, you may want to go ahead and scale it down to the 50 minutes, just like I said, and that way you can get in right at the top without risking too much, but giving you the profit potential to the downside, which is pretty large, and that's what you want right there. Okay, so I would say that if I actually look at the Aussie US dollar right now, let's go back to this chart. If I had to look at the Aussie US dollar right now, I would say that any sort of correction move would give us an opportunity to go ahead and sell. I would sell on the 15-minute time frame on a retracement move and look to go ahead and continue to sell off down south. So which means this. All right, there's where you want to go ahead and look to sell. Now, remember, you'll be using a system, so if the market continues to go back up north and doesn't give you sell signals, then obviously you're not going to go ahead and trade that. So you want to look for a bit of a push to the upside. It has come off the support right here, so there's going to be a little bit of a bounce. So we get a little bounce on the Aussie. And also remember, we did look at the US dollar, and we also identified dollar to be bearish. And if we're going to see some bearishness in the dollar, then that means that we could possibly see price moving back down south. Oops, that's not what I wanted there. You would see price moving back down south towards the support that we noticed on the dollar index, right? The dollar index said that it was going to go bearish, so we see a further move to the downside, which means that if dollar is going to weaken, then Aussie US dollar is going to strengthen. So this is the type of move that we're expecting. Now, how long it's going to hold up here will depend on the strength of the dollar, but we're anticipating price to continue moving down to this level right here. Again, use a system that is going to confirm a trading opportunity for you. Very important that we go ahead and do that. Now, let's go ahead and continue. I'm going to go to, and I'm looking at a lot of the CAD JPYs, in fact, CAD and JPY today, just because of the news. Here's the, this is the Canadian JPY. I would think traders, because we're at support right here, I'm going to be looking to buy CAD JPY. Now, if you take a look over here, we did see price breaking through that downward trend line. This was another channel that broke out of. We got nice support over here. Price has gone ahead and created a wave 1, 2, and 3. We hit wave 3. We're now in a wave 4 consolidation area, and we should be looking to buy to the breakout. Now, be careful over here. This support right here, again, just like I said before with the other pair, with the Aussie US dollar, you want to go ahead and make sure that we get a nice move to the upside. We've got about 240 pips going on, which means that traders going down to a 15-minute time frame, you may want to look for an opportunity to buy over here. Don't get in too late on this because it might eat you up with the consolidation that we're seeing right here. So if I go to a 15-minute time frame, open that up. Here we go, 15-minute time. Oh, that's not a 15, my bad. This would be the 15 right here. And you can see that we've just started to break through the indicators over here, giving us a buy on the 15-minute time frame. So on Canadian JPY would definitely be an option right now to start looking long for a upside move about 240 pips. So that's something you'd absolutely be looking for right here. Great. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Euro Aussie. And going to go to the daily right here again. Euro Aussie. And we see Euro Aussie is absolutely range bound. We've come to an extreme low right here. We've bounced off that. Euro Aussie is actually on the up climb. We should be looking for Euro Aussie to climb up back to this resistance over here at the top. That resistance could be in the range of, let's take a look right here. We've still got about another 220 pips to go, maybe a little bit more than that. Look for any sort of correction move and then buy on the dips. Now, which means that I would be looking at something like this, going back to the 1 hour. I'm going to break this down to the 1 hour now because price has really taken off. And here, if we look at the 1 hour, we can see that we've just recently broken out right here. I've broken out of the trend. We're heading north. So any sort of dipping, buy on the dips going long. So Euro Aussie, buy on the dips going long in Euro Aussie. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of the pairs. Euro JPY, back to the JPY crosses right here. Always go ahead and look, traders. Always go ahead and look at the daily time frame first. Get some sort of correlation as to what's going on with the daily right here. And then once you've established what's going on with the daily, then you can go ahead and make a decision on what's going on the lower time frame. So here we go. When you look at those channel lines and you see that we're at support right here, guess what you're going to be doing? Euro JPY, start buying. Where we anticipate market to move to. We're looking for price to move all the way up here to 124, 125, And so we're trading at 121 right now. So looking at a 300 to 400 pip to the upside rally. So look for Euro JPY to continue its rally bullish. Start looking to buy. Moving down to the lower time frame. Here is the 1 hour. 1 hour has not confirmed yet to buy. This is going to start happening. Start paying attention. If we go to this is the Ichimoku cloud, using this as an indicator. The 15-minute already has gone bullish. So those traders that were trading 15-minute time frames, let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit on this. We can see right here we certainly had a, now this is the reason why you're going to be careful. Because of price moving already up, this has created a wave 1, wave 2. This is almost at the 1.618. If I put my fibs in on this, which I'm going to go ahead and do, you'll notice right here that price has probably already gone ahead and hit. Let's pull the fibs right here. Oh, look at that. We're right there at the 1.618. So which means, traders, that price is going to come back and retrace a little bit before the rally continues. So wait for that dip. Buy on the dips going long on Euro JPY. We're still going to be heading bullish. All right, perfect. So you can go ahead and bounce between different time frames to determine what type of strategy you want to use based on what the market's done already. Now, what am I saying by that? I'm saying traders, don't jump in. All right, just don't jump in right away because the market's moved up. Rather wait for that correction move. Now, when you're waiting for those correction moves, you can go down to the lower time frame and look to see how the market's played out. So, when I say played out, what I'm saying is the price moves in waves and in cycles, right? And in these cycles and waves that we're seeing in the marketplace, we can use our lower time frames to determine where are we with inside the cycle. And if the market moves in a 5-wave cycle and we're at the 3rd wave cycle, then we know that there's still another retracement and then another push for the 5th wave before we see any sort of deeper correction move. Okay, so we still got some opportunity here. The only thing that you have to realize is that, traders, that when the price moves down on that correction, that's probably the last time we can buy in before we start seeing a big correction move after the next rally. So dip, rally, and then big correction move. And that's when we actually then go ahead and say, let's take our profits off the tables, wait for that correction move to take place, and then we can start buying in again once the market comes back to what we could see as maybe a new upside channel. And we can buy at the upside channel again. All right. All right. So that is the Euro JPY. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the. Let's go to pound. Some of the pound pairs. Look at pound Aussie dollar. Pound is definitely good to start looking to buy long. Pound Aussie dollar right now is good to start looking to buy long. Look to your systems. Look to what system you're going to be trading. Pound Aussie dollar absolutely at support here on this channel. We're looking for some upside move to the top. Let's go to pound CAD. Pound CAD, look at the same thing right here. We've been bearish, bearish, bearish up until this channel. We're now at the support level of the channel, which means, traders, that we've got to start thinking about buying. There it is there. All right. We have to start thinking about buying. Okay. Move to your systems. I'm not saying go ahead and just trade long right now. I'm saying look to your systems. Look to your system confirming the directional bias. All right. And if you want to pick it up very early down there and look for some intraday trading, then always go down to a 15-minute time frame, because that's going to give you the early setups. Take a look right here. There is a 15-minute time frame already, and we've just recently broken out of this consolidation right here. And there it is there. We've just broken out of this consolidation right here. Price is broken out. It's coming back to retest. This is going to be your opportunity to go ahead and start looking to buy. Look, you'll place your stop losses down here. Stop loss will be down here, and there's a lot of upside potential for traders to take advantage of. So definitely looking to buy on the dips going long on this particular pair right here. That's on Aussie CAD. Man, we can go, and there's great opportunity on the pound cross. Let's go to pound JPY. Pound JPY doing the same thing. All the pound pairs are showing us nice support coming off right here. Look how the pound JPY had come back all the way back down to this level, retesting this support right here. backside of this channel and looking for price to continue back up. It is setting up fantastic. All right, buying opportunities right here. Now, listen here. I want to go back to this pair right here, and this goes for every other pair that I spoke about, right? When we see these opportunities right here, market bouncing off support right here, looking for a rally to the upside, it's great to say, yes, let's start buying in. But I want to make it very clear. The reason why I look at systems that are slightly lagging is because it's going to lag and then only enter an entry point. Which means if price does continue to move down south, then all bets are off. I'm not going to be looking to buy on any other or use any system to buy, because I'm now going to wait for price to come back to retest and then look to sell. So if we break through this the support right here, then all bets are off on the buys. We're not going to look to buy anymore. We're going to wait then for the market to come back to retest, and then we're going to look to sell. We're not going to just go ahead and sell on the break either, because that could be a false break. Because if price comes back up here again, back inside the range again, we're looking to trade it back up north, because all that is just a false break, what we call an adjustment to the trend. All right, that's just an adjustment to the trend. So be very, very careful that you don't just jump in on a trade because you're anticipating a breakout, because that's how traders get caught up in that rut. All right, and then let's go to pound US dollar. Probably seeing the same thing here. A little different setup. We do see price. I guess I can move that up a little bit to make it a little more attractive. And I'm going to do something like this. All right, we're going to have to still connect those lows. So you can see our price has gone ahead and test the backside right here. So we've seen a different look on pound US dollar than we have on the others. I did see this, you can see this dotted line here, and that's acting as a support level there. And with that support level, we're seeing price bounce off there, but it's a little bit in the no man's land at the moment right now. I would say stand aside of pound US dollar. Pound US dollar is a little bit iffier at the moment right now. If we come up to this backside right here, we may see it come back down again and start heading south, because this was a rising wedge that we did see here. The only thing here, the rising wedge that I do notice here, is that it only touched inside the wedge. It only touched twice, I believe. Let's take a look here. Yeah. So this is what the wedge looks like right here. So we hit 1, 2, 3. This is 4, 5 is going to be up here. So we should be heading back up north again. All right. So this may be just an adjustment to the wedge before we see price come back up to here. So we could see 136 coming to play, maybe 137, and we're trading at 130 at the moment right now. So there could still be another 500 to 600 pips going long on this particular pair right here. Now, if I go to the lower, let's see if I can pick up. You see on this right here, I would again look at how much we have. What is the amount of pip opportunity we have to the upside right here? And it looks like about 5 to 600 pips, which is good. That's good. Which means I could go to my 4-hour time frame. Let's pull up a 4-hour right here. Oh, perfect. So this would give me a much better setup right here. So I'd probably want to go to a 4-hour time frame. There was already a signal right here as we broke the Ichimoku cloud right here. Stop losses would have been way down here. Now what's going to happen is if we break above the Ichimoku cloud right here, we'll have a buy coming in right here. Our stop loss will be a little bit more tighter, and we have a better chance of getting to our 1 to 3 risk reward ratio right here as price continues to rally up. So this may be an option here if you're looking for something a little bit more conservative. You want to get it on the pound US dollar, then maybe looking at the Ichimoku cloud, wait for the breakout of the Ichimoku cloud, and then putting your stop losses below the lows of the U-turn right here should give you a good opportunity, and keep your stop outside the way so you don't get caught up with that as well. So opportunity coming up. Traders, there is a bunch of currency pairs still out there that we can go ahead and look at. Specifically, I believe it is, let me see here. The one I really want to look at is Swiss franc. There we go. New Zealand Swiss franc right here. All right, so let's go to the chart. And I do have some sells on this one right here. And the reason why I've got some sells on this is because I'm anticipating price. Let me go ahead and move that channel down here. All right, there it is there. I'm looking for price to come back down to the support. So I'm currently selling off, looking for price to come back down to around about 63.95. And the reason why I decided to go short on this one right here, traded in, just to remind everyone, it is a counter trading strategy, right? It is counter. It's not quite saying that we are in a downtrend on the New Zealand Swiss franc. It's just telling me I'm trading off the resistance that I saw. This is the resistance that I picked up right here. If you take a look at my wave structure, and I love looking at wave structure, but if you look at my waves, I hit a wave 1 over here, then hit wave 2 right here, wave 3. This is where I start looking to sell, at wave 3. Obviously, I pulled in the system, got in a little bit later than just right at the top, but started to sell. And the reason why I started to sell this is because we hit a wave 3. Now, this is where I need to be careful. A wave 3 means that we're going into wave 4, and wave 4 could be consolidation, which means that price could go ahead and just sit here in the range. And I'm okay with that because I'm looking for price just to come back to retest the support and then turn around and head back up north. We're expecting the price to move back up to the 5th wave and then touch the top of the channel to the upside. So I'm still anticipating price to move up. I'm very aware of the fact that I'm trading against the trend right now, or at least against the channel, but I'm taking on some small opportunities down while the market's heading south, and then going to go ahead and revisit the upside move going long again. So New Zealand Swiss in a short-term correction move right now, but looking for price to continue to work its way back up to the 5th wave. There would be the better opportunity would be once price moves down here. Once price moves down here, we'll be looking to buy back up again and staying with inside the channel. And then as the market moves back in the channel, we'll be looking for, or at least moves back up in the channel, we'll be looking for profit at the 5th wave on that move. A lot of great opportunities here, traders, that we notice on the chart. We just have to make sure that we prepare ourselves properly when these opportunities come. Now, I'll be starting a morning session. I'm calling it Forex Morning Coffee Kickoff. It starts at 9 o'clock every morning. I'm going to see how this plays out. I don't know how committed I'm going to be at this point in time, but I'm certainly going to try. We're going to do 9 o'clock. It's going to be on YouTube only. I'm going to stream on YouTube. It's going to be at 9 o'clock every morning. We call it the Forex Morning Kickoff, Forex Morning Coffee Kickoff. Yes, that's when I get my coffee, get ready for trading. So it's called the Forex Morning Kickoff, and it takes place at 9 a.m. on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. You will get a notification as soon as I go live. It'll be 9 o'clock, and it's going to be a very quick session. In fact, anything between 15 to 30 minutes. And all I'm going to be doing is, traders, is I'm going to be trading off targets. Now, what are you saying? You said, well, what is target? Well, if you don't know what targets are, then join me at 9 a.m. every morning as I go ahead and break down trading opportunities that I'm going to take advantage of. And that's going to be every morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we'll go ahead and address it. I'll have a spreadsheet already drawn out there, so we can go ahead and monitor what we're looking at and why we're looking at, and look for trading opportunities based on that. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that. Guys, thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate everyone. Keep them subscribers coming along. Like the videos if you like the content that we deliver. Also, make sure that you can be putting the comments in, so that if you have any questions, I can go ahead and address those questions in the videos that are going to be posted. With that being said, have an awesome week. If I don't see you in the morning sessions, have an awesome week. This is FX Big Dog signing off.